Tintin versus Asterix. Which camp were you in?
Ooh, this is very tight, but I would any day be Camp Asterix.
I'm a Tintin person.
I'm an Asterix person.
That's a tough one, but I'm going with Asterix.
Asterix.
Ooh, Asterix.
Oh, Asterix. Like, sorry, you had a question with me, man.
For me, Asterix. I grew up on Asterix. So my journey into comic books began because of Asterix.
I just love their humor. Not that, I didn't love Tintin, but that funny I never felt was like laugh out loud funny, but Asterix, I would literally read it and like the laughter would just like come out of me. But Tintin, it was more like a sly smirk, like, Thompson and Thompson, at it again.
After a point of time, Tintin gets a little boring because he's solving cases and all. I'm like, I don't care. Asterix, on the other hand, is just adventure after adventure. And every episode, they come up with a brand new name.
Of late, I've not been able to enjoy Tintin as much as I would like to because of, obvious reasons. But always an Asterix person. I love Tintin, no shade.
I love Asterix as well. I enjoy the writing of Asterix more, like the little silly names and stuff.
Vital statistics. Oh my God. When I grew up, I realized that these names were actual words. And I'm like,
yes. I think that's true for me as well. Yeah.
What made it more beautiful for me is as I grew up, the humor became more evident. The puns that are there, you don't realize when you're a child. But as you grow older, even the names of all the characters are just so incredible.
I think the colors, the way they like penciled everything in that, it just like gave me like a much happier feeling. I think Tintin was a little more boxy and like it didn't like, it all felt a little too serious.
The thing with Tintin, he's a follower, first of all. He's not a leader, okay? Secondly, it's a bit of a tight ass Tintin, like tries to be too formal in life. Asterix and Obelix literally lived for the feast at the end. And honestly, I was on the journey with them. I wanted to eat the wild boar at the end. And I wanted to party in that village.
I mean, especially the ones where Cacophonix gets tied up at the end.
So basically every edition of Asterix.
When I was young and I used to read Tintin, I was afraid of adventure as a genre of things, and Tintin is very heavily into adventure, and you don't know where he's going to be, you know what's going to happen to him, and it used to bring me a lot of anxiety. And I look back now and I'm like, oh wait, that's called general anxiety syndrome. And I'm like, oh okay, now I get it.
When I started getting a salary, the first thing I did was buy all my Asterix comics because I just love that. I don't have a single Tintin comic. I just have Asterix now.
Yeah, I think with Tintin, it has that much more nostalgia value. Like when something is just something you enjoyed so much as a child, it's hard to just not have a soft spot for it.
Most people, just for your information, most people on the show have picked Asterix.
Tintin was a lot more accessible, you are right. Like I would assume Tintin has more fans in the world, but I guess you attract a certain kind of person.
I mean, I love Snowy. And I think Snowy is better than Dogmatics. That's like my most controversial opinion about this. Like as a puppy.
That's a hot take.